tonight. I am in Claude AI. As I told you, there are a number of AIs that you can use. My favorite, Meta.ai, ChatGPT. This is Claude AI. You have Gemini, which is under Google. You have Perplexity and a whole bunch of other ones. But I want to try to show all of the bigger ones. And tonight I chose to go with Claude AI. So what I'm going to ask it to do is, can you create a simple web page that displays a quote about AI? Okay? So it's going to write it, and the thing about Claude that's nice is that you can actually preview it. Okay, so let's go ahead and let it do its thing. Certainly, I can create a simple web page that displays a quote. There is the code. Now that's code being written, and this is how it looks. Okay? It's an HTML file. So what I'm going to do is I want to open up my this guy, and I'm gonna. So you saw that. Let me just show you, and I want to show you that the code that actually I can pull the code out and make it work. I'm gonna make a folder right quick, and I'm using Visual Studio, Visual Studio. Forgive me, Visual Studio Code. I use this to write code. Now you can use Notepad++, Sublime. There's all type of coding editors out there. I just happen to like Visual Studio because when I was in school, I was introduced to it. It wasn't this fancy, but now it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say open, and I'm going to do a new folder, and let's call it C-Test. And just so something where I know it's very easy, open. Okay. So there's C-Test I've created. Now I'm going to create a file, and I'm going to say index. When you make a test file, like you end it in HTML. That is the code for most web applications. Of course, it's way more sophisticated than this, but we're just making this one fold. Now I'm going to go get that code from Claude and put it in here, okay? So we know the preview. This is how it looks, right? It's telling you how it looks. It built it for you. So we say, okay, we like that. I'm going to copy this code. This is how you build stuff, folks. Okay? You want to copy this. Copy content. I copied it. I'm going to go back over into my studio, Visual Studio, and I'm going to paste that code. And I'm going to save that code. File, save. Save all. I'll just say save. So now I've saved that code. I'm going to go back over here into my, I don't want to show too much of my stuff, my Mac. And where was that? We built C-Test. Here is C-Test. I'm going to go ahead and open this up, and it should open it up into, now it's in a browser. We're in the browser. And there you can see that that's the code, right? It says artificial intelligence is the new electricity. It will transfer every industry and create huge economic value. That is a beautiful quote tonight, because if you learn how to do this, if you play around with this, you will be able to create applications. I'm just showing you the tip of the iceberg. I'm showing you how I interacted with Claude. I'm going to look at the page source, and you can see that's the code. That's the code. If you go to any web page, I don't care what you do tomorrow. If you want to go to a web page, right-click in the web page and view source, you will see code. This really wrote code. All I did was cut and paste. No, I did something more important than just cut and paste, and I want to say this. I actually told it what I want, and that's called prompt engineering. Now, this is the most minimal prompt engineering you will see, because all I said was, can you create a simple web page that displays a quote about AI? So you can actually create all the code you want. right? So let's just hop over, and one more time, I'm gonna hop over and I'm gonna go to ChatGPT. Let's open ChatGPT, okay? And I'm gonna ask ChatGPT, create a simple web page that says hello and then displays a simple quote. Spell it right. That's spell it right. OQUOT about happiness. About puppies. I'm just getting really silly. Only really because I can't spell. So, can you create a simple web page that says, and we should say says, hello, and then displays a simple quote about puppies. So I'm kind of moving up on the spectacle. So let's go ahead and do that. Here's the simple code. Now this is a different way, right? It's not like Claude. It's not gonna display it. You're gonna have to come, and it explains it to you. It tells you what to do. Copy the code above, paste it into a text editor like Notepad or VS Code. We're gonna use VS Code. And open it in a browser. So what I'm going to do is, at the same time, I'm not going to make a new text file. I'm going to copy the code, right? I'm going to copy the code. I'm going to go back over to VS, right? I'm going to take this out, right? Because this is just what we have from Claude. Thank you, Claude. I'm just going to take this out. I'm going to delete it. And now I'm going to put what? I'll make sure I get everything out. Make sure I get everything out. See, that's when you got to make sure you get everything out. Get out of there. I'm going to go Command V. I'm going to file save this, save all. Now I'm going to go back to my folder and I'm going to open up this. Hello, a puppy is a bundle of joy wrapped in fur and full of love. Did you see how we can tell it what to do? Now, for one more thing I'm going to do, I'm going to ask ChatGPT. So, or we want to ask Claude, whichever one. We'll do ChatGPT just because I'm just a friend of ChatGPT. Said, now create a simple web, is that simple? Web page that has an input box and a that input box with a tag that says terrible typing. Input your name. Then, okay, when name is inputted, I don't know if that's print, display a quote about hope. Now we're asking it to do some stuff. So now we say, now create a simple web page that has an input box with a tag that says input your name. When name is inputted, that sounds terrible, display a quote about hope. Let's see if it does it. Here's a simple web page that includes entering a name when the name is quoted. So it's getting a little more fancier. I don't know if it's going to do it. We'll see. Okay, let's see what it does. Woo. Let's see. Copy the code. HTML. Okay. Say the file item, for example. Okay, so we got our code. We know what we want to say. So let's see if this works. I'm going to copy. I'm going to go back down here to my editor, right? Visual Studio. I'm going to come back to the top of this. So we already got our code. We already in. We don't need to keep changing it over. I'm just going to take this out. I don't know. Command V. I'm going to go File, Save All. Now I'm going to go back to my folder and I'm going to open it up. Let's see. Wow. Okay. Let's see. Submit. Betty. Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul. Wow, what a beautiful saying. I hope you guys see the power in this. You can make an input to put names, to put anything you want in there. You can kind of start building out in your head. Try this simple quote. I will put the code in the description. If you're watching this on TikTok, you can go to my website. I will put my my YouTube channel in the description so you can go to the YouTube channel and see some of the tutorials. Please like and subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube or TikTok or Pinterest. Please like and subscribe. I will try to make little tutorials to help us grow because my ultimate goal is for us to master AI so that we can be successful, right? We can be quiet millionaires because that's what people are becoming with AI. All right, have a good one.